Hey, what's good guys, and welcome back to the channel for another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. So it's been a crazy time. Whilst I was sleeping, lots of stuff was happening in game. Well, updates for the game, but changes to the game nonetheless. As you can see, we've got this kick-ass loading screen, which has got this kind of like 4 thing, which is kind of cool, obviously, to point out Fantastic Four. Also, it seems that Kabam have changed their logo, which I kind of think is a good idea. We live in such a snowflake PC world that having a bomb, even though it's a cartoonized bomb, is probably going to be seen to be offensive, annoying or frustrating to either investors, people, or genuinely anybody that could be a feminist or some sort of left-wing nutbag. And even I didn't mean to cause offense by that, because now we live in a world, like I said, where we've got to literally apologize for anything that could be slightly offensive. Unless Kabam are calling themselves K-Kabam, which, don't add another K. Take it from me. That's good advice. But the main bit of news to come out of the update is that, yeah, we got Diablo and we've got The Thing. I was right, for once. But it was pretty obvious. This man, this monster, and it's all attributed to The Thing. And also the way that Diablo and The Thing have this kind of story arc where The Thing is tricked because Diablo goes, hey, you know, I can get a potion to make you more human again, and The Thing falls for it and then goes, right, well, I'm going to go against the Fantastic Four, and then there's a big kind of change around. Diablo tricks him, and the potion unfortunately only temporarily fixes his condition. So yeah, it's great to see this in. I love the fact that this is from a more natural comic book source. Whereas before, with a lot of stuff that Kabam put out, it's more like, okay, it's our own universe, as Gabriel even points out. But it's nice to see this, and I'm quite excited to see what kind of story arc this is going to be. And this could even lead into stuff with Act 6. As I said, I'd love to see Act 6 be the end game thing. It all comes to a head with Galactus. The second major thing to come out of the update is the fact that there's better interaction with immunities. Now, this isn't going to solve everyone's problems out. It is very much a narrow-based thing, but it is good to see that Kabam are addressing an issue which the community have with the shock immunity. Shock immunity is something that champions don't have, and with champions like Electro, Storm, that you would go, okay, well, more than likely they would interact with that. They would either absorb it, or it's a case it would take no damage, especially with those champions being predominantly all about lightning effects, electricity. Yeah, it seems pretty obvious. But you could say it's going to be very rare that you go up against a shock-based opponent. Yeah, okay, you could be hit by an SP2 from Stark Spidey, but do you want to be hit by that? More than likely, no. However, though, it's good to see an improvement to a champion like Storm, especially because you get plus 30% extra special attack damage for SP3 if you've got a shock effect on you. So, man, that sounds pretty cool. I'm definitely excited to see what's going to happen with Electro here, because I like the idea that, well, let's just say, Iron Man Infinity War hits me with an L1. He puts a shock-based debuff on me. Having Electro up means that I get all these fantastic buffs, improvements to attack, improvements to the static shock. That could be really decent, especially if I had him as a 5-star, which is difficult to get him as a 5-star. You do have to buy the featured Grandmaster crystals, which aren't always lucky and aren't always in your favor. Either way, you know, this means some improvements to the Thors and the way that they interact with shock damage. So it is positive to see all these fantastic things improving for the shock immunity, shock kind of damage thing. But there are other immunities that people want to see. They want to see improvements to the way that Iceman deals with things like Cold Snap and Cold Snap immunity. There's other champions that should get Incinerate immune, but they don't. This is, like I said, positive, and hopefully Kabam do address other types of immunities and damage working in the future. Just think back. Remember that time when Kabam said, we make no plans for putting the Fantastic Four into the game? Well, here we are in 2019. It's a time for change. I just had to stop this here because this reminds me of two things. The first thing being like Anchorman. It's like, I want everyone to pay attention to me. Cannonball! And he just obviously dives into the pool. And also John Smith's, if people in the UK will get that reference, running bomb with John Smith at the diving competition, you'll get that. The top left hand corner of this strike back, I'm not quite sure if this buff is strike back, and the whole kind of imagery and the way that the thing looks, yeah, it's kind of very cartoony, which is still something I rate. I think it's more kind of a modern take on the thing than the old school look. I must admit, the first time I saw Diablo, I had one thing, actually two things on my mind. Doctor Strange, Waluigi. Could be illegitimate love child. Why not?
Where Diablo?
Either way, guys, thanks very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and subscribe for more Marvel Contest to Champions based content. Make sure to drop into my live stream starting at 1900 hours. Yes, I'm going to be regularly live streaming from Monday to Friday at 1900 hours GMT. Please be there, please be square, and also keep locked to the channel, post notifications on, because we'll be covering lots of things that will be happening with this event that will be happening in the next 48 hours. Thanks so much for watching, and I shall catch you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.